Hello and welcome back to our AFL channel. Not really an AFL channel, but for this year, with this season, I think we're going to make it one. Because why not? It's fun.
It's fucking fun.
Alrighty, so round 2 tips. Maybe we should cover our round 1 tips first.
Yeah, let's do that. So we both got 7.
7 out of...
Not bad.
Well, technically 6.5.
Yeah, because of the draw.
We'll count the draw as a win.
Yeah.
But our big calls were right.
Yep.
Our big underdog calls were right.
Port was nice.
That was very nice.
That was a nice win.
You got Collingwood right.
Yep. You got Melbourne right.
I got Melbourne right, and I also got the Giants right.
And, I got Saints right. So there are differing kind of tips, but yeah, not a bad start.
Good start, 7 versus 7.
Yeah.
So we're in a draw, just like Richmond. Now, shall we begin with this week?
Let's do it.
We've got Carlton versus Geelong at the MCG.
Shit.
Now, Carlton has something to prove after that draw.
Yeah.
They're probably sick of not having a win.
Yeah.
But Geelong, after getting destroyed by Collingwood, I feel like they're going to come out of that gate swinging hard. And I'm calling a 42-point win by Geelong.
42-point win by Geelong. Oh my God. Okay, so I don't have that same kind of sentiment that he has because I'm not a biased supporter like he is. Well, actually, I'm for my team, but
I don't believe it's entirely biased though.
why do you think they're going to win by 42 points against one of the better teams?
Because they just won a grand final by over 80 points.
He makes some valid points.
It's Geelong, man.
Yeah, that's fair. Carlton probably still have Sam Walsh out, unfortunately, so that sucks because I like watching him play. Tom Stewart will probably be out more than likely for Geelong as well, so that's a couple of really good players out. I think I will go Geelong, even though they still have to play on that dog shit MCG turf, which, you saw what that was like with all the fucking slipping and injuries and shit. But yeah, I think I'll go Geelong by 12 points.
It could go either way. While Geelong has a better defense and a better much better forward half than Carlton does.
Do you reckon though? Like Charlie Curnow, Harry Mackay, they're both really fucking good.
Yes. That's 2 players.
Yeah.
Geelong's team nowadays is just primarily a forward team.
True, you've got fucking Stengel, Hawkins, Cameron.
That brings me to my next point. Carlton's midfield is infinitely better than Geelong's.
True.
So if they're going to win that game, it's going to be in the midfield.
Yeah.
Although I will say though, Adam Sutter's a fucking gun-up defender.
True.
I really liked what he did last week.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alrighty, who's next?
Next game.
Melbourne versus Brisbane at the Gabba.
Fuck.
Semi-final rematch.
Holy shit.
The Gabba is important.
It is.
That has to be taken into consideration.
It is. It's hard because Melbourne just smashed my team by 50 points. Brisbane just basically lost by 50 points to Port. It's going to be hard.
I think, I agree. Obviously, Brisbane won that semi-final against Melbourne, but during the season, Melbourne beat Brisbane at the MCG and the Gabba by over 60 points.
Jeez.
So my tip will be, it'll be Melbourne.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Melbourne by 23 points.
I'll go Melbourne by 18.
Alright. But I don't feel as confident about that one as the Port one. I feel like Port, I don't know, there's something about them.
Yeah.
Which brings me to the next tip. Collingwood versus Port Adelaide at the MCG.
The prison bars.
The prison bar ride-off. Both coming off epic wins.
True.
And you know what? I'm going to tip Port Adelaide.
You're going to do it?
I'm going to do it. I'm tipping Port Adelaide by 6 points.
Shit. I'm going to go Collingwood by 6 points. I think that's going to be a sick fucking game, actually. Yeah. Collingwood.
I feel like I might be putting too much faith in Port Adelaide right now, but they seriously impressed me.
That's fair. I just have too much faith in Collingwood after last year, after what they did to Geelong. They just have that fucking never say die attitude. They just want to win those fucking games, and they have such a nice, happy coach, Like, all these other coaches are, oh, you fucking shit. Like, they're all fucking screaming in the coach's box. But Craig McRae, I don't know what he's done with his team, and sure, they just lost Jeremy Howe, but I don't know, man. I love Collingwood. I love what they do.
He's a bloody good coach.
Fuck.
And what he did with Collingwood was seriously impressive.
From 17th to top 4?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I can't deny any of that.
Yeah.
Collingwood win that game, you know what? I wouldn't be fucking surprised.
Yeah.
But I'm going out on the limb with Port Adelaide. I don't know why. I
Do it for Kenny.
Adelaide versus Richmond at Adelaide Oval.
Okay, I'm going to go Richmond here. Pretty clear cut for me. I think about a 20-point win. I think Richmond, I think they're just a better team.
Yeah, look, honestly, same. I'll go Richmond. I don't think it's going to be a close margin.
Yeah. Slaughter?
Yeah, I'm going to go Richmond 35 points.
35. Fair.
They played some bloody good footy against Carlton.
Yeah.
Whereas Adelaide obviously just lost to fucking GWS. Maybe because of the weather.
Yeah.
And there is a home ground advantage, but I'm still going Richmond.
Fair.
Marvel Stadium, your doggies versus St Kilda.
Yep, versus my dad's team. They'll probably still have at least 12 to 14 injuries for this game, but they did show up against Fremantle, whereas my team, we looked pretty shocking against Melbourne. So, I don't know. I'm still going to be biased and say my team by 12 points. But yeah.
There's no home ground advantage here because they both play at the same home ground, so
True.
that's sort of makes it a bit trickier.
Yeah.
As far as lists go, the Dogs list is better.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
The
coach, on the other hand, oh man, so many people have been asking for Bevo's head on social media, which is hilarious to me because I've been thinking that for the last couple of years. I'm like, fuck, he makes some really bad decisions.
Oh man, he's done something that other Dogs coaches haven't done.
What a premiership! That
Yes.
was fucking 7 years ago now. So.
And you got you in the grand final in 2021.
Yeah.
I don't think he's as bad as Dog Spotters make him out to be. I quite like Luke Beveridge.
Yeah.
But, it's your team.
That's
you do you, man.
Yeah, that's it.
But as far as the match goes, I got to be honest. I don't know this St Kilda team enough to make a good call on it. But I'm gonna go for the underdogs.
Really?
Yeah,
Not the
because
Saints.
we need a bit of different tips. So
That's
I'm
fair.
gonna go St Kilda 11 points.
Yeah, fair.
But I'm not confident, honestly.
Me neither. My team sucks.
I mean, fair. All right, next game. Optus Stadium, Fremantle versus North Melbourne. I'm gonna go Fremantle. Look, like I said in our other video, North Melbourne's hard to judge on that win purely because it was against West Coast.
Yeah.
Whereas Fremantle played a little bit of a better team. I would argue that Fremantle had a worse day than North Melbourne did. They looked sloppier, they looked not hungry. But home ground advantage.
Yeah, true.
And Fremantle is infinitely a better team than North Melbourne is. I'm gonna go Fremantle. I don't know what the margin will be because it's obviously new team, new coach. I'm gonna go Fremantle. 25 points, a safe bet.
Fair. I'll go Fremantle as well. Probably 18.
Yeah, it's a very hard one to pick, isn't it?
It is.
Fremantle's probably gonna win, but by how much is the hard question.
Yeah, and you can always have the North upset, the Clarko run, So
That's very true.
you never know.
That's also very true. Any other ones for next week? Yeah, we have a few. SCG, Sydney Swans versus Hawthorn.
Slaughter.
My God, that's going to be a slaughter.
I would say Sydney by 60 points, to be honest.
The margin's a good question. Obviously, they got beaten by Essendon.
Yeah.
Yeah. 60 points does sound about right. I'm going to go Sydney, 50 points.
50 points?
Yeah.
I probably overshot it a bit, but
No, I don't think so.
I reckon Sydney at home, smash them.
Expect a slaughter, Hawthorn.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a good year for
Not going to be pretty.
Marvel Stadium, Essendon Bombers versus Gold Coast Suns.
So these are I reckon Essendon here. I reckon they'll show up for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, hard to argue for that.
Yeah.
By how much?
That's the tough one, isn't it? How much do you think? And then I'll.
Well, in our ladder predictor for this year, I tipped Essendon to make top 8, and I tipped Gold Coast to be bottom of the ladder. We're nearly bottom of the ladder.
Yeah.
17th.
Yeah.
And I'm sticking by that. I think Essendon wins 50 points.
50 points
Yeah.
against Gold Coast.
Yeah, I'm confident that it's going to be a slaughter.
Oh, Jesus. I'll go 25. I'll go half of that because I just can't see them winning by 50 points. But you never fucking know Gold Coast, man.
Yeah.
Or Essendon.
That's also true. But I feel like Essendon's going to have a really good start to the year, but then drop off a little bit.
That's fair. Yeah.
Alrighty. We have the final game, West Coast Eagles versus GWS Giants at Optus Stadium.
Jesus.
Fuck, this is going to be hard to tip.
Yeah. Home ground advantage is obviously with West Coast. Giants just won. So, it's going to be tough.
For the first outing, for that first week, GWS is the better team.
Yeah.
But home ground advantage and West Coast has something to prove after that loss. West Coast will be hungrier than the Giants are. Now, I'm still going to pick the Giants by maybe 11 points. But if there is an upset, West Coast winning that game, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I think I'm actually going to pick West Coast for this one, which is very surprising because they're obviously poopy. But yeah, I'll go West Coast by 11.
Yeah, it could go either way, honestly.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
they're pretty that level.
Yeah. So I'm probably wrong. Maybe Giants will, make it hard for me again this week. But I'm gonna go West Coast.
It's just a hard one to tip.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up our week 2 tipping.
Yep.
Feel free to comment all your tips and talk shit about some of our really bold calls, but we were right last week, so
Yeah.
I mean, please like, subscribe, and go fuck yourself.